What's up, SOI fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications so I can get notified every time we post. With that being said, today, SOI fam, I don't know if I showed you guys, but y'all know right now on the dashboard on the Passat, we gotta come up with a name for it. Drop in the comment section below. Give me a name for the new daily, bro. Give me a name for the daily. But yeah, we gotta come up with a name for the Passat. Right now, what is going on? Right now we have a check engine light on. The check engine light is for P0442, which it says a small engine leak, and yeah, so that light is on. The check engine light is on. We still got the ABS, traction control, tire pressure monitor, and airbag light on. And then sometimes the seatbelt light ding on and off. I don't know what that is about. But excuse me. The car is pulling to the right. So when you driving and you get your hand off the wheel, like y'all know how you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna demonstrate to y'all. When you're driving, to check your alignment of your car, if you think your car is off alignment or something like that, when you drive, you let your hand off the wheel for a little bit. So now it's going to the left. Hold on. So y'all see how I was driving straight, and then when I let off, I'm driving straight, and then when I let off the wheel, the car is pulling to the right. Automatically, when I let my hand off the wheel, the car is pulling to the right. So, if your car, like, you can tell, like, that's like one of the little time sales, how you can tell if your car needs some type of alignment is when you let off if you let go of the wheel and it's pulling, like right now I let go of the wheel, it's pulling to the right. And if your car is going to stay straight, if it's perfect line, it's going to stay straight before it drifts. But if you let it off the wheel and it directly drifts to like the right or the left, then you know you need some form of alignment or whatnot, right? So I just went and talked to the place that had replaced my racking pinion on Maverick the second time, and they ended up finding out the racking pinion I ordered was leaking, and they ended up replacing the racking pinion on my car with the replacement part. They ended up replacing it. So I just wanted to talk to them, but they don't do appointments or anything, so it's like first come first serve or whatnot. So I asked her, she said I could do a drop off. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually drop the car off tomorrow morning, Uber to work, Uber or Lyft to work, get off, Uber or Lyft back to pick the car up, right? Or I can catch a ride, drop the car off, catch a ride to work, and then Uber from work to pick the car up, or even catch a ride from work to pick the car. I don't know. I'm gonna see, sit back and look and see like what is what, what time is what and stuff like that. But yeah, like the car, it's still making that clinking noise and stuff. No, not a clinking. I don't know what to really call it. But we end up fixing the CV axle, but it's still making the noise. I just replaced both CV axles. So, like, I know they're gonna tell me. So she told me they can do a front alignment check, which they just look to check. But if they actually do the front alignment, it's $119, which ain't bad. And then if they do a front alignment check, it's $30. And then if they read the code, it's another $30 or $69 for the diagnosis, which isn't bad because, like I said, I just got the car, and like the previous owners of the car, they took very good care of it. But you know, it's 100,000 miles, so it's a couple of things that is going, stuff gonna fail. But it's a couple of things I want a peace of mind on myself, so I want to get checked out and see kind of like where I could go from there. So yeah, we're gonna drop the car off tomorrow. But I also got some new windshield wipers to put on, so we're gonna do a little install 1-2 on putting the windshield wipers on, y'all. This is, like I said, this is my first German made car. Like, this is the baby Audi. If you know, you know. Audi Volkswagens is the same, on the same platform. This car ride really smooth. I just gotta get certain things figured out on it. So that's what I'm really focused on right now, is getting some things like iron out on it and making sure it's 100%. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the car to them because, like I said, they done work on my Maverick, and they fixed Maverick with no problem, bro. Like no problem. So yeah, I'm gonna let them do it because I know they got some bad cars there. I didn't even film y'all. They got this Audi, bro. This Audi, I think it was like an A4 or something. It was lowered on some. Oh, excuse me. It was lowered. It was bad. It was nice. So yeah. We about to we got the new windshield wiper, so I need to put that in there. I also gotta put the lights in too. So this might just be a little informational tutorial video for us to see kind of like where we at. So we gonna drop the car off to the shop either tomorrow or Friday. We gonna drop the car off to the shop one day this week. I get that fixed, get that taken care of real quick, and then kind of go from there. Like I said, I just be trying to handle stuff, get stuff out the way, so I don't have to worry about nothing. So yeah. So hopefully, it's a cheap fix, but define cheap. Hopefully it's a reasonable fix, and if it is, then we good. If it's not, then we take the good with the bad. You feel me? So, with that being said, I'm gonna drop back on the camera once we get up. Alright, SOI fam, we about to drop the car off to the shop. It is currently 5:21 in the morning. I'm about to drop the car off. They gotta drop off, so I'm gonna drop it off before I go to work. So I'm gonna drop the car off to the shop. I did what they told me to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this car off, and then we should get a call back today on what's going on. So yeah, early morning grind. We're gonna work. Drop the car off real quick. Get a call back. Get off of work. Lift over there and go pick up the car, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, let's get into it, you guys. Let's see what the problems is with the Passat, with the daily. See what else we need to take care of, because I know we're getting ready for a road trip. So yeah, let's get it. Alright, so fam. So I didn't vlog us picking the car up from the shop, but we got the car from the shop. I couldn't get an alignment because I actually need to fix some things. So what they actually did is they did a vehicle inspection for me. So they checked everything and then tell me what was what. So I'm gonna tell you guys what's all wrong with the Passat. So I have a check engine light on. One is for an EVAP small leak, so it's a small like air leak somewhere on the system. And then I got another code that said bank 1 is running too rich at idle. So they're suggesting throttle body cleaning. The EVAP small leak, they were suggesting doing a smoke test to kind of see where the actual leak is coming from. So if they were to do the EVAP cleaning, not the EVAP, excuse me, the throttle body valve housing cleaning, it'd be $195, and it would take them an hour. And if they did the smoke test, it would be $69. So that's one thing. So the big thing is, y'all know we had the ABS lights on, traction control, ABS, and airbag. Those lights on. It says that I have a code on that says my right front speed sensor is malfunctioning, and then my left rear seat speed sensor is malfunctioning. So this was actually what they declined when they was gonna do the actual front end, the actual wheel alignment. This is why they declined doing it, because these were still on. They said they recommend replacing both wheel bearings and ABS sensors. Now y'all remember I said the car was making a clinking noise, and I kept saying it was making a clinking noise, and we end up replacing the CV axle. Well, it's not the CV axle, which I'm so glad we replaced them, because the CV axles was leaking fluid. So it's saying it's actually the wheel bearing, which kind of makes sense, y'all. It actually kind of makes sense, y'all. I didn't think about that, but it makes sense. Like, the wheel bearing is bad, so it's the driver. The passenger front and then the driver rear. They suggest replacing those, and they said some wheel bearings come with the speed sensors on the wheel bearing, but my wheel bearing doesn't. So I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, so if they was to do the labor for the wheel bearing and everything, it'd be $574 if I bought my own parts. But if with parts and labor, it's $1,074.73. So yeah. Okay, so they went out and priced the parts for me. So yeah, they went ahead and priced the parts. So on here they have a hub bearing wheel front assembly, $117. A hub wheel rear assembly, $102. ABS sensor wheel speed sensor front, $102, and then wheel speed sensor rear, $91.40. So in parts, I would be, if I was to do all this through them, y'all, I'd be spending $481.34 in parts if I bought everything, let them buy everything, right? So with that being said, y'all know I was gonna take this car on a road trip, and now I think I'm just gonna be driving Maverick. We gonna drive Maverick. We're gonna let Maverick hawk the interstate down. Y'all know how we go on road trips with Maverick. So yeah, not what I was expecting, but glad to know that kind of do answer certain questions. And not too long ago, I was just leaning up against the car and it was bouncing too much. So I am going to show you guys how to determine if y'all need shocks. I mean, the struts and shocks on your car. So yeah, got a little bounce. Ain't too bad. But it's going to eventually need some struts and some shocks. So I just normally get the whole assembly. This car is planted, but yeah, if you can go to the front of your car and it bounces up and down like nothing, then you need to go ahead and replace some struts and some shocks. So yeah, that's the update on the Passat. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out if I want to do this or I'm gonna drop it off to the somebody. I don't know. So yeah, that's the update. Again, it's not nothing bad or major, but we do have to come out of pocket for some stuff. I'm gonna go see how I'm gonna go about doing it, and then show you guys us getting the parts and stuff. I'm gonna see how difficult it is. If it's not too time consuming, I'll probably do the work myself. We just be in Maverick or Project OBS, and hopefully we can get the workhorse back soon. But yeah, the daily needs some work done, y'all. It's cool. It's one of the things coming with buying, a pre-owned car from somebody. Maintenance is stellar on it, but it is a 2012, y'all. So things do happen. This is 2015. Project OBS is 1998, and I know I'm doing all new front end suspension on that. So it was something I didn't plan for, but I'm gonna just see how everything goes. I'm not too worried about it. I'm probably not gonna have all this done by the time we need to hit the road. So yeah, I'm just gonna probably drive Maverick, to be honest, y'all. I know me and Maverick been thugging for like 8 years now, y'all. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna drive Maverick, and I'll just keep the Passat like right around town and stuff. But I really need to get that wheel bearing taken care of. That's gonna be my first business, and I want to go ahead and I'm probably gonna replace the wheel bearing and the speed sensor, because I do have that noise coming in the front and I want to get it fixed. So yeah. With that being said, you guys, we took we took the Passat to the shop. We see everything that's wrong with it. We're gonna go ahead and get pricing on parts, because I do get a discount, so we get pricing on some parts and see how much it's gonna cost, and probably get the parts. And I don't know if I'm gonna let them do it, but yeah, the shop that I went to, y'all, they actually fixed my rack and pinion on Maverick the second time. Yes, I went through 2 rack and pinions, y'all, but yeah, they fixed it the second time, and they aligned the car up real good, so it was no problem at all. So yeah, like I said, y'all, make sure that. So
With that being said, you guys, SLI fam, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn y'all post notifications so y'all get notified every time we post, y'all. We are moving. We got some projects. And yeah, stay tuned, y'all.